Hi everyone, welcome to the pre-arrival series, Medical Insurance in Canada. Today in this video, you'll learn a little bit about healthcare in Canada, what are some of the different types of medical insurance, and how to get help when you need help in terms of medical assistance. And we'll share with you some final tips before you travel. So think about this when you watch this video. Do you currently have medical insurance? Do you have MSP? What does MSP stand for? Do you have enough coverage on your current medical insurance policy, and how's this different from travel insurance? So the reason why we talk about medical insurance is because healthcare in Canada is very, very expensive. So we might want to think about the consequences for not having insurance. As you can see on the screen here, anything related to doctor's visit, ambulance, emergency room, hospital stay, surgery, and anything else can be very, very costly. So in the video, we are going to talk about who's eligible for which one. In the next few minutes, I'm going to also share with you how you'll be protected by these coverages being a student here at KPU. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Medical Services Plan, which stands for MSP. It's something that is mandatory for all BC residents, including international students, to have. Okay, so this is strictly for residents in British Columbia. So it provides you with an unlimited coverage on basic BC healthcare. So that includes pretty much all the things that I've listed just now. So doctor's visit, any diagnostic services, and lab services. In terms of the coverage period, it is by month. So you should get covered until your study permit expires, okay? So we do recommend students to submit an application online or by mail within the first 10 days of arrival. Basically, just as soon as you arrive in BC, submit an application because it does take a very long time to apply. We recommend our students to apply online because once you apply online, you get a confirmation number right away. And if you do end up having to follow up with them, the confirmation number will come really, really handy. But if you do decide to submit it by mail, which you will need to submit an application form, please make sure you do include a copy of your study permit. Make sure it's not the original along with the application form, and you can mail it. But yes, the important part is the copy of your study permit, not the original. So how do you use this plan? This one is pretty easy. So after you submitted your application, you should receive a card that looks like this, and it's something that's called BC Services card. Some people call it MSP card. So depending on if you go to a clinic or something, they might ask for your BC Services card. They might say care card, or they might say something that's called MSP card. So it looks like this. It has your personal information at the front, and then at the back, you should see something that's called your personal health number, okay? And it's printed on the back of the card. So please note the expiry date. Like I said previously, it should match your study permit expiry date, okay? And when does your coverage begin? So after you apply, you should receive a letter of confirmation within the 21 days of application with your coverage effective date included, okay? So with that letter, you should know when your coverage begins, okay? And like I said earlier, when do you usually get the card? You should get it approximately within the 3 months. Please note though, the date, coverage date on your card, it has a different date in terms of your issue date. So the issue date does not mean that your coverage starts on that same date. So please make sure you note the difference. The next plan is something that's called GuardMe Temporary Medical Insurance Plan. So all new KPU International students are automatically enrolled after you register in classes. So coverage period, as you can see here, they're kind of like per semester. So for the spring semester is January 1st till April 30th, and then summer semester May 1st till August 31st, and for the fall semester is September 1st till December 31st. Okay, so you might wonder, well, why do I need this coverage? So basically, it provides you with the basic health coverage. It protects you financially, and it covers you while you're waiting for your BCMSP, which takes 3 months to arrive, right? So remember when I was saying the BC Medical Services Plan, it does take 3 months. So during that time, we really want our students to be protected. So that's why we have our students enrolled in this temporary GuardMe insurance. Okay, so with this, we can make sure that you are covered. If you're arriving early, you can consider something that's called early arrival insurance. So as you can see here, the coverage period for this temporary medical insurance plan is only for within the semester, right? So there are some students, of course, may want to come earlier to prepare for the semester. So you can consider something that's called early arrival insurance. If you want more information, the link is on the screen right here. Just make note that though, the pre-arrival is not included in fees. Okay, it is you need to purchase in addition to what is already covered in your tuition, and there are different insurance plans. So you may have different policy numbers as well. So just make sure you make a note of that. Okay, it's called early arrival insurance. So how to use this plan? So again, you'll receive a card, but this card will not come to you through mail. It will be sent to you during the first month of your semester in your welcome email directly from GuardMe. Okay, so this will be a digital card. Make sure you keep this card with you at all times because you need to show it to, for example, if you go to a clinic, you need to show this card to prove your coverage. Okay, with this one is a little different from MSP because usually MSP is very well known, so that you don't really need to pay anything up front. With GuardMe, there could be a possibility where you need to actually pay and you reimburse afterwards, okay? But it really depends on the clinic or the hospital. There are some places that accept direct billing, so meaning that you don't need to pay up front. But of course, there are some that don't. So make sure, even if you do bring this card with you, make sure you do have enough funds to pay upfront in case that you do need to do that. The important part is that if you do need to pay upfront, make sure you keep all your receipts in record, and then you can submit your claims afterwards, either online or paper, and then to get reimbursed from GuardMe. Okay. And the last plan that we have is something that's called Extended Health and Dental Plan, which is brought to you by the Kwantlen Student Association. This one is also automatically enrolled. All new KPU students are automatically enrolled after you register in classes. So the coverage period is 1 year, and this is mandatory for all KPU students. Okay, so now you wonder, well, I have MSP, I have GuardMe, why do I still need this third one? So basic coverages from MSP and GuardMe, they do not cover everything. So everything meaning, if you have something wrong with your teeth, for example, so your dental, those who wear glasses, those needs prescription drugs and other things. There are many other things actually. They're not covered by basic coverages from MSP and GuardMe. So this plan really helps you financially as it pays for a good portion of these services. And please remember, they are very expensive. Okay, eligible students, so meaning that your registering classes will receive 12 months of coverage starting from the first day of the month of your program begins. Okay, and if you need more information, again, the website is up there. And if you need to, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask and get an answer to, you can contact them with the email address listed on the screen. And how to use this plan is very similar to the GuardMe plan. You can register your My Benefits card online. So basically, they'll send you again a digital card that you can use or show it to whoever or wherever that you go to for your services. And then again, they might be able to accept direct billing where you don't need to pay upfront, but not all, again, right? Not all clinics or not all places accept that. So again, make sure you do have your payment and be prepared to have to pay upfront. So they, again, you have like the online way, or you can submit a paper claim afterwards to reimburse for your fee. Okay. And I guess I would like to point out here is that direct billing will only work after 45 to 60 days your classes begin. Okay. So not right away. So now that I've kind of covered the different types of insurance, I just want to provide you with a quick summary of how they are different. So you're welcome to pause on the screen and just really take a good look, okay? So the three insurances that I just covered, the GuardMe, KSA's Extended Health and Dental Plan, and also the BCMSP. So as you can see here, they have the different length of coverages. And then do you need to enroll? So the only thing that you need to kind of submit an application for it is MSP, okay? And so some people are saying, well, can I opt out from this because there are just way too many, and am I paying double? So the one that you can opt out, and the one that we do recommend you to opt out, is definitely GuardMe. So you can opt out permanently once you have your active MSP. Okay, so once you receive your MSP, you can go online and opt out from GuardMe because essentially they are the same thing. Okay, with the KSA Extended Health and Dental Plan, although it says yes, if you have a comparable coverage through a different plan, so you need to kind of prove to them that you have a similar plan. Okay. However, we do again recommend students to not do that because it's hard again to find something that's comparable at this cost. It is very cheap because you're a student at KPU, and like I said, all the, for example, prescription drugs and dental here is also very, very expensive. Okay, but the option is there if you like to opt out. Okay, and what does it cover? It's very simple. GuardMe and MSP, they're all basic health coverages. And for the KSA plan, it's extended health and dental. And again, for more details, all the websites are on here. So again, you're welcome to take a screenshot of this. And so there are, of course, deadlines as well. So for opt-out, usually it's within the first month after your semester starts. So if you are thinking of opt-out, please make sure you check out the website on deadlines, okay? And in terms of the KSA plan, I just, again, want to point out that it is permanent and active if you have classes registered. So if you're an active student at KPU, you'll have the plan. However, the plan will be terminated once you're no longer a student at KPU. Okay. So after all the different insurance coverages, I do want to point out the importance of mental wellness support that we offer at KPU as well. So we have a couple of programs. The first one is Keep Me Safe program, which is the My SSP app, which is brought to you by GuardMe. So basically, we have a 24/7 online professional counseling in over 50 languages. We have something that's called Campus Well, which they actually also send monthly emails to promote, just healthy bodies and mind. So, they promote different exercises that you can do, any kind of resources that you may need. And last but not least is something that's called a peer mentor support program, which is brought to you by our Quantum Student Association. They can provide one-on-one peer support where you can chat with your peers in terms of mental wellness. Okay, if you're interested, please go to these links and you can find out more. And next is counseling services. Okay, so we understand that, moving to a new country is very, very normal to be feeling very emotional, and, your emotions are like a roller coaster. So remember, you're not alone. So a counselor can really help you if you're feeling the following, which is, stress and, anxious, you're sad, just overwhelmed, you're missing your family, you're having other relationships issues, and other mental health challenges, right? So if you really are feeling, any stress and whatnot, feel free to talk to a counselor. And on the screen here, we have all the information that you need to contact a counselor. So don't be afraid, okay? I know in some countries that you might be coming from, talking to a counselor may not be something that's preferable. In Canada, it's super, super normal. And especially as an institution, we highly recommend our students to talk to a counselor, instead of, just feeling alone and not knowing where to get help. Okay, so again, the email address, phone number, and our website is on the screen. So now you may wonder, well, where should I go for what I need? Okay, so in Canada, we do have a family doctor system. So it can be quite challenging to find a family doctor, but we do have on walk-in clinics as well. So I guess to start, if you are experiencing a crisis, so we do have something that's called a BC Crisis Center. You can click on the link and see what that really, really means when you have a crisis. There are also something that's called my SSP, which is something that I actually talked about earlier, right? It provides you, again, 24/7 support. So don't forget and make sure you utilize that. And go to your nearest hospital emergency department if you have an emergency, right? You can Google and just to make sure that you learn about your closest hospital around where you live, right? Or around KPU. And the emergency number here in Canada is 911. So you may also call 911 if you're experiencing a crisis. For non-emergency health-related inquiries, you can call the health link and it's 811. So it is, again, 24/7 service. You get to talk to a nurse and they can speak in many, many different languages. So if you feel more comfortable in your home language, they can assist you as well. So you can just call them and be like, oh, can I speak to somebody that speaks Chinese, for example? And they might be able to get you a person. Okay, so the on the right side here, I just wanted to point out to you some resources that you can use to find something that's called walk-in clinics. So there are some clinics that are only for people that are registered in their system, but there are some clinics that are called walk-in clinics that everybody's welcome. So with the website here, MediMap, and also through GuardMe, clinic search, both of these links, it will help you to find the closest walk-in clinic to where you are at. Okay, so make sure you go and take a look, like I said, to learn about what are some of the closest walk-in clinics to you in case you do need it, right? And nowadays with technology, and again brought to you by GuardMe, they also have something that's called mobile doctor, where you can just chat with a doctor online. In order to use that, make sure you do sign up and create an account before you can use the app for a mobile doctor. For more information, you can look at the link here, and you should be able to get access to it. Okay. And that's kind of it. So just some final tips. Make sure you be familiar with the different types of medical insurance. It will be very, very handy. Utilize your benefits from the KSA plan. So remember the extended health and dental plan that I was talking about. Some students usually are like, well, I won't need to fix my teeth, or I don't wear glasses, so I don't need that. But there are other very good and amazing benefits. So make sure you utilize it. Do not opt out if you don't have a comparable plan. If you do have MSP, just be sure to carry your BC services card with you at all times, because sometimes it gets treated as a identification card as well. Okay. And only call 911 or go to a hospital if you have an emergency. So in Canada, the emergency at a hospital can be quite different from some countries. The wait time is it's usually very long if you don't have a true emergency. So for example, if you have a cold or you have a flu or fever or things like that, usually we don't go to a hospital because the wait time can be up to 4 or 5 hours. Okay. So if you're not sure, just remember you can call 811 and talk to your nurse first, and they'll let you know if you should go to the hospital or you should just go to a nearby clinic. They're very helpful. So know when and where to get help. Make sure you reach out if you ever have any questions, right? Whether or not KPU, whether it's not your peers or your instructor, we're all here to help. And last but not least, just to stay safe. And that's it with the video. And thank you for watching the video today. If you have any questions about what I talked about in the video, you can either contact us or you can visit this link, www.kpu.ca/international/insurance. Thank you. Bye-bye.